What's up guys, Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we're doing my second run through for the brand new Colosseum Neptune on day 2 of the Colosseum being out, I guess day 1 or whatever, just later that day. And we got a bunch more teams for you guys today. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in the unit overview in case you guys didn't see it in the last video. So that'll be right after this. And then the timestamps, of course, in the description below if you need that. If you want to check out the last video, it's going to be right up there, hopefully, if I remember, hopefully. And I'll give you 3 more teams if you want to go over that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Hey guys, so let's go over Colosseum Neptune as a unit. Colosseum Neptune is a cerebral powerhouse character that's going to max out initially at 2,598 HP, 1,401 attack. His captain ability is going to be boost the attack of all characters by 2 times, XP gained by 1.5 times, and recover 5 times recovery in 8 HP at the end of every turn. So he's basically the same as the Rare Recruit Neptune, except instead of being a 2.25 booster, he's a 2 times booster. And instead of just getting a normal XP boost, he's also going to get that recovery at the end of every turn, making him a very cool character to have recovery on. I believe if he gets an extra 100 recovery here just before limit break, he's going to have a very, very large recovery stat. So definitely go for attack and recovery on this character if you're going to do any cotton candies. I would recommend just getting recovery regardless, just because that's a smart play. Sailor ability is going to boost the attack, HP, and recovery of cerebral characters by 75 if you're using this character as a sailor. And then reduce despair attack down duration by 5 turns, and reduces enemies' resilience buff by 5 turns as well. It's also going to reduce the enemy's defense of all enemies by a large amount. Usually it's like 80 or 90%, so it's just a large defense reduction. And then it's going to amplify the orbs of cerebral and powerhouse characters by 1.75 for 3 turns, making him a very good unit to use in a room before going into a boss room in order to get your orb boost and then bring that roof boost into the final boss room. Very, very cool unit to have in your arsenal. I would say definitely a must farm unit because of all the cool things you're going to have for future content. Attack down and level, very good. Attack down and despair together, very, very good. Useful in a previous Colosseum, I believe, for attack down and despair. And then reduce enemies' resilience by 5 is very, very good. I think the only other character in the game that does that is the Raid Bartolomeo. That's free to play anyways. So having a second character that does that, very, very nice. And then it's reduced the defense of all enemies by a certain percentage as well, giving you defense reduction on this unit. So much utility on this unit. He's just so good. He does so many things. And definitely, if you don't have the Strength Neptune, this is the best replacement for him. So great unit to have in your arsenal. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and go over our first team of the day, which is going to be a Robin and Katakuri Cerebral team. This team was not my favorite team of the day, but definitely a good team to use if you do have the Robin. The Limited Rare Recruit Tashigi is actually super helpful for that chain lock, as well as having Pedro for color affinity, and we're using Wanda to get orbs as well as a type booster. Now, the only unfortunate thing about this team is there does involve a lot of orb shuffling if you don't get really good orbs when you use the Wanda special on the final room. Otherwise, the team is actually fairly safe. It can be kind of annoying because of that, but otherwise it's okay. We're going to go ahead and use the Pudding special, who's kind of like the MVP of this place, and on the turn 3 with Jinbei, and then we're going to go ahead and take some extra turns here. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we have the damage to kill Jinbei right away, so we actually have to take a couple extra turns here. Now, once you're done stalling out on the Jinbei for the bind as well as the chain lock there, the nice thing about this team is that you actually are able to use Robin to get recovery orbs and reduce damage entirely. So when you go into the room with Fisher Tiger, you basically are able to pop Robin turn 1, and after popping Robin, you'll actually be able to reduce damage entirely. And since he does increase the amount of healing that you get from meat orbs, 2 meat orbs is actually more than enough to actually heal nearly up to full. But if you do want to if you do get lucky on meat orb luck here and able to heal a little bit earlier, you can do that too. Definitely really, really easy team for the Fisher's Tiger stage with the meat orbs and all the other healing that you get on this stage. Overall, I'm not like the biggest fan of this team because of that, but what the big thing you want to do here is save an orb on Pudding so that you can do at least 1 million damage, so you can delay Fisher Tiger, and you want to try to save that orb so you can do the damage here. So all you're going to do here is auto attack and be able to hit the Fisher Tiger with as many units as you can, And then the interesting thing here is that if you do 1 million damage and get the delay off, he doesn't enrage. Normally, Fisher Tiger on turn 3 is going to enrage, but if you do get a delay off, he does not enrage right away. So that makes it a little bit easier for you if you do want to do that. The nice thing about this team for the orb manipulation is that since we're doing 2 million damage with no specials here, 1 million damage a turn with no specials here, what we're going to do is just keep hitting him over 3 turns and kill him without any specials whatsoever, which is really nice. On the enrage, he's going to revive, and then if you do 1 million damage on this final turn, you're good, but you won't be able to do 1 million damage because he only has 800,000 HP. The nice thing is that you're going to get 2 matching orbs guaranteed because when he revives, he gives you all badly matching orbs, and Katakuri makes Quick and Psy beneficial, so you're going to have guaranteed matching orbs for those. Go ahead and kill him right after that, and you should be perfectly fine. The damage that you have here should be way more than enough damage to kill him. You do about 850,000, 900,000 damage. You only have to do about 790 or something like that, so it should be more than enough to kill him. Going into the final room here with Neptune, big thing is that you want to make sure you pop the Wanda special and make sure you get as many orbs as possible. Nice thing is that if you have strength orbs as well as quick orbs, those orbs will be turned into matching orbs. So any strength orbs that you get are considered matching. So the only ones that are not matching on this team right now are going to be Dex orbs and It orbs. So just refresh until you get Dex orbs and It orbs gone on this team. So the big thing that you want to do is you want to attack with all your units on the Neptune on this stage because you want to be able to kill him. And you can see it barely does enough damage to kill him with this team. So not my favorite, but it does work. And then you have the if you do need to get orbs, you need to afterwards pop the Katakuri special to give you matching orbs and make it a little bit easier to kill the room afterward. The next team we're going to be running today is going to be a Big Mom team, and this team was probably requested out the butt, and then somebody told me that this team works, and it was like, all right, fine. So we basically stall out on turn 1. Normally, just try to get as many turns as you can. Save up some meat orbs here is my recommendation. This team actually took a little bit of time to figure out the stall pattern. And the nice thing is that you don't have to worry about the anti-heal from the Lapins because you have enough anti-heal from your limit break abilities to just not worry about it at all. And what you want to do here is just stall on the Lapin with using Big Mom. And you don't have to worry about your HP as much because Corazon you're going to be using next turn. So get as many turns as you can on the Lapin and try to save a few meat orbs here just to make your life a little bit easier. Then you're going to pop the Corazon special right when you walk into the room with Jinbei. And then kill... you're then going to pop the Law special on the Jinbei and then kill 2 of the ads. Big thing here, try to save orbs. Do your best to save the meat orbs if you can, just in case you don't have enough damage. You can see I kind of messed up there and I had to do a little differently. So I was able to eat 1 meat orb, but not the way I wanted to. You kind of want to just save at least 1 meat orb here so when you take a hit from this ad, you're able to be okay. 1 meat orb would be my personal recommendation. I don't know if you 100% need meat orbs, but it would definitely help out. In the next room here with Fisher Tiger, of course, we're just going to stall out the 2 turns, and you're going to pop the Ship Special in order to reduce damage, just to make sure that you don't take too much damage right away. And then the Big Mom HP cut is going to help you out on the way down, and then you're going to just chill out. You don't have to worry about your orbs because you're going to be popping Big Mom to kill Fisher Tiger the first time around. And then once you kill Fisher Tiger, then he's going to revive, and then you pop the Big Mom special again in order to get orbs. Now you don't have to do that because you do have the Enrage coming up, so if you did want to save the Big Mom special for the final room, you could do that. My recommendation is not doing that, but you could. I mean, yeah, I guess. You are going to get badly matching orbs, and it doesn't really help to have the Big Mom special, and you kind of cooldown rollback. So, I mean, I would just use the Big Mom special here, so because you're not going to be able to use it again. You could not use it if you don't want to, and try just the RNG, the orbs for the turn after, but just use it. It's fine. Going into the final room, what you're going to do is right away you're going to be popping the Hody special or the Law special. Either one works. Doesn't matter which one first. And then after those 2 specials, then you're going to pop the Super special. Then you auto attack and you're done. That's all there is to it. The main thing here, what I recommend is make sure that Law is in the middle row so that he gets a matching orb because he makes tandem matching through his limit break, I believe, and it makes it really, really easy in order to clear the rest of this. Suru, you don't need attack candies on or limit break to my knowledge because Suru has random damage. So you're not going to get any extra damage with Suru if you do decide to put any candies on her. So just know that it's 100% random and you don't know what you're going to get. But after that, you just auto attack and you're done. Now on for the most requested team of the day, which is going to be a Lucy team paired with Katakuri. Definitely one of the most recommended teams of the day because people really wanted to see Lucy run this Colosseum. And to be honest, it really isn't too difficult, but it is kind of annoying to build the team for. And I was trying to figure out what the best team would be is. But what it was really funny is that I literally reverted back to the OG team. And people wanted to see a just straight Lucy team, and that's where I was failing initially. And by bringing Lucy Katakuri, it actually brings a whole new easiness to this. It actually makes it much easier bringing Lucy Katakuri. Surprisingly. What we're going to do on stage 3 is pop the Conjuro on the Jinbei and then just do damage to everything, and then we're going to go ahead and do as much damage as we can to Jinbei. Now the nice thing about this team is that if you bring Magellan here, you actually do a buttload of damage to the Jinbei, making it a little bit easier. Now if you do want to bring a different unit that has a large amount of attack on this team, you could do that as well. However, Magellan was just basically here to make that stage a little bit easier and then making the stage with Fisher Tiger a little bit easier. Because what you can do with the Magellan is that he heals here so that you don't have to worry about your HP as much. You pop the poison, get your extra damage in, no big deal, and it makes it really easy. Overall, I'd say 100% not necessary to bring the Magellan, but definitely helpful. The Kuzan 6+, I do not believe is replaceable. The Nekomamushi would be replaceable with a Rare Recruit Rayleigh if you really wanted to, but I mean, why would you? But it's basically just there for orbs. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start attacking and go all in. And the big thing is that because I have so many Dex units on this team, I'm able to have a lot easier of a time getting my 4 hits off for getting the Lucy special. Now, with that delay, I can actually get a little bit extra damage in here, and if I did want to just let the poison kill him, I could. That's why I said the Magellan is 100% not necessary. He was just here as a high attack Dex unit to make my life a little bit easier. I think another unit you could use is the Dex Colosseum Kid, and that would be okay as well. That would be a perfectly fine unit to bring. Then we're going to go ahead and you start on the neck. You pop the Lucy special before you get into the next room. You start on the Neko, go into the badly matching orb, start then end on the Kuzan and Lucy, and it should be enough perfects to get into the next room. You only need 4, but I kind of want to make the worst attack order possible so I can make sure I can kill the guy but not do too much damage to get around it. And the reason we brought Neko here again is we get the orbs, so popping the Neko special here just for orbs, and then we're going to pop the Kuzan special right afterward in order to extend our buffs. Now if you did want to use a cooldown reducing orb blocking character, so you can use somebody else for orbs. There's like a bunch of other ways you do it, but that's what I would do. And here's what we do: we're just going to go all in on the Neptune with our first turn. Going to do as much damage as we possibly can. And the nice thing here is that if you get Neptune to below 30%, he's going to heal. If you get him above 40, below 40%, you're okay. And the nice thing is if you make him resummon the ads, it actually is a lot easier because making him resummon the ads makes it so that you don't have to worry about any of the other mechanics, which is really nice. So just make him resummon the ads and you should be perfectly fine. Then you go in on the Neptune here and do as much damage as you can. You're going to get another delay from the Katakuri because the ads have respawned, and you're good to go. The next team of the day is going to be a double Nekomamushi team with Raid Aokiji, Hina, Shirahoshi, and Dex Conjuro. I am not a big fan of this team, but it does work, and it potentially could be consistent if you know what you're doing. One of the big things of the team for me is I actually messed up, and it worked out fine, even though I messed up. It's great. Going into the third room, what we're going to do is go ahead pop the Conjuro special to get rid of the Despair. And you can see here, I actually got really bad luck on orbs, so what I ended up doing is popping a Neko special. And what normally would happen is you would just not pop a Neko special here and just go in, and it would have more than enough damage to do what you need to do, but I had to pop a Neko special. There was really just no choice. And I ended up killing one of the ads with it, and then just going in on the Jinbei. But if you have, like, what you can do is actually on the previous stage, stall out as many orbs as you can in order to kill the stage, and you should be able to have a lot easier of a time on the final room. But otherwise, it's more than enough damage to clear this whole stage. Now, what I would normally do is just try to stall out on one last guy, and you can see that I had enough damage to kill that last guy, and just leave one of the guys up in the back, and it would have been perfectly fine to stall. And the strategy is the same either way. You don't have to leave one alive. I just wanted to show that you could, and then we're gonna go into the next room. I was thinking about stalling out for the Neko special here, but I realized that I would take way too much damage. Into the final room here with In the fourth room here with Fisher Tiger, what we're going to do is just try to stall up some orbs here. Make sure we get an orb on our Aokiji. And if you want to, you could try to like RNG a little bit more, but I would say no. Just, you know, stall out. Get your orbs. Get your orbs. You can see I kind of got unlucky with the last 2 orbs, but it works out okay. Nice thing about this team is that Dex orbs are beneficial, so you don't have to worry too much about orbs, but it does help if you do try to get some orbs early on. If you don't get an int orb here, that would make the team a little bit less consistent, so just know that that int orb helps a lot. With full more matching orbs here, with you popping a Neko special though, we're gonna pop the Neko here. Normally you would pop the Neko here, but here I just I have to save the Neko for after the revive. So either way, it's kind of shitty that I had to do it this way, but we barely are able to clear this room. You can see here that I was completely 100% planning to survive with that little HP. There in no way was luck involved. I calculated the shit out of that, apparently. And it was just pro. It was just pro. 100% pro. But obviously, we're just going to pop the Neko special on the final turn, and we're going to kill him. No problem there. And then on the final room, we're just going to go ahead and pop everything, go all in, and we are done. The next in the team of the day is going to be a judge team, and the main thing here, which is really funny, is that we were finally able to use Raid Tankman Sub. We finally did it! We used him in content, and it was useful. Oh my god, I cannot believe I actually used him and he was useful. I was so surprised. I'm not even kidding. I was very, very surprised that this character actually was useful at one point in time ever. Super, super weird that we were able to use him. And the nice thing here on stage 3, what we're going to do is just going to pop the pudding special in order to get a chain lock. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate into the gear 4 mode on our gear 4. And I think I popped that judge special. Nope, I 100% forgot to pop the judge special. It's not that, you know, I didn't pop it, it's that I forgot. But even without popping the judge special, we had more than enough damage to clear the room, which was really surprising, and I think that's why I just forgot entirely to pop the judge special. But what's really funny here is that we're going to go ahead and go out of our G4 mode here, hit a perfect with G4 to get the mode back up again, and then we're going to go ahead and go into the next room. Now, if you aren't really feeling confident about doing that, what you can do is not pop the G4 special, be smart about it, and pop the judge special. That's what you're supposed to do. But, so apparently, I changed strategies midway through the fight and thought that was a much better plan. I in no way thought that was a bad plan. But we're going to go ahead and go ahead into the room with Fisher Tiger. And on Fisher Tiger, we basically are then just going to go ahead and take 2 turns on him like normal. And then going to go ahead and pop, go into our Gear 4 mode again. Then going to go ahead and pop the Tankman special in order to get every fucking boost in the game from one character. Super funny. And then we're going to go ahead and start damage on him. It's so many boosts. I was really surprised. Like, look at that. You get attack boost, orb boost, chain boost, tap timer boost, and you get damage reduction. What is that? Like, you get so many boosts from one character, but he's like impossible to fit on any team but like a Judge team or an Aokiji team or something like that. So it was just really surprising that it took that much to get it this done. And the nice thing here is that when we get our orbs rotated, because G4 is our captain, and we are in the G4 mode here, we're going to get Psi orbs to be matching, so you don't have to worry about having those not matching. And then we're going to have the strength orb and the quick orbs also being matching as well, so it makes it really easy to kill the Fisher Tiger on the revive. Then going into the final room, what we're going to be doing is popping a Kizaru special in order to get a chain boost as well as lower the cooldown on our G4 so you can use the G4. Then I'm going to pop the G4 special in order to get the beneficial orb enable, and then we're going to be popping the Brook in order to get the color affinity. Now the big thing here is the placement of the units. You notice that I have Brook and Tankman in the middle row, and I have Pudding in the bottom row. The reason Pudding's in the bottom row because she did the least amount of damage, and Dex Kizaru was actually able to get a ton of damage, get an orb by himself, so I don't have to worry about him at all, which is really nice. Then going into the damage here for the burst turn, I'm going to go ahead and start on Kizaru, then going to go into everybody else, and it actually has way more than enough damage to kill, I believe, 2 adds, and then you're done. But the big thing here is that if you're not really sure you're going to be able to kill 2 adds, just go ahead and kill 1 add, and the damage reduction that you have from the ship special, as well as G4 damage reduction and Judge damage reduction, should be more than enough damage to keep you safe here. You can see that's what I ended up doing, and I ended up hitting 2 greats here and still killing him, which is exactly retarded amounts of damage. So you did 7 million even with hitting 2 grades, which is crazy. You can see the damage reduction that we have from every character is more than enough to help us survive. And then on the revive, we can actually, since I didn't pop the Judge special, I'm able to pop it here, but you don't have to. You'll have enough matching orbs to clear this final room here, and you'll be perfectly fine. So you don't need to have the Judge special for the revive. You can use it earlier. And on the final team of the day, which is my favorite team of the day, which is going to be a Franky and Katakuri team. That's right, Franky Katakuri. And I didn't know this about Franky until today. If you hit a perfect on Franky while AoEing a room, that perfect will also trigger perfect barriers. I didn't know that till today, which is very awesome. So if you have a perfect barrier on the final room with Neptune, it's going to actually trigger every single perfect on the perfect barrier, which is really good. And I was really curious to see if that would work or not, and it did, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. But just in case it didn't, I brought the ship and a lot of other things just to make sure, just to make sure I wouldn't die. No problem. We got Katakuri here, delay, we got lots of things to survive. Then on the room with Jinbei here, what we're going to do is go ahead and go into the Franky mode, pop the Pudding special in order to get the orbs, and then go ahead and start on the damage on the Jinbei. And actually, I did my attack order a little bit off here, but you can see we still had more than enough damage to kill the entire room and kill the Jinbei. Funny enough, this actually is a pretty safe and consistent team, except for the orb manipulate on the final room, which is, not perfect, but it's nearly perfect. Then on the room with Fisher Tiger, what we're going to do here is going to try to find some orbs and then go ahead and burst on the turn 3. The nice thing is that if you are bursting on turn 3, you can see even if when I burst on turn 3, I'm totally fine to have way more than enough damage to kill him. The big thing here on Fisher Tiger is you don't want to pop the Franky Captain action. You just want to stall out as much turns as you can to get the Franky Captain action back. You can see even though I missed 30 in my rotation, you're going to pop the Lucci special in order to kill him. Now, there are other characters that you could bring, but I believe Lucci is the safest character you can bring here. The reason Lucci would be the safest character to bring is because when you delay the Fisher Tiger, it makes it so that he doesn't go into the Enrage form, and then you have 2 turns to kill him after the defense and delay protection are down. So that part's really, really nice. On the revive, he also does not proc the Enrage until the second turn here, so we're going to actually have more than enough time to kill him and damage to kill him. So you can see here that even if I wanted to wait out another turn or something like that, I could, and make it a little bit easier for myself. But you can see since the badly matching orbs are matching on this team, we're totally fine for the units. Going into the final room here with the boss Neptune, what we're going to do is make sure we pop these specials in the correct order. The order we want to pop the specials is first we're going to pop the Psy 5+ Robin. Yeah, 5+ Robin. The reason I just brought her, the only reason I brought her, cooldown reduction. I shit you not. Then we're going to go ahead and pop the Franky special, which is going to shuffle all orbs into normal orbs, which will be meat, tandem, psi, whatever you want. And the nice thing here, you're going to also pop the Katakuri special as well, so that you get full matching orbs, as well as the delay damage boost on the next turn. Now then we're going to pop the Hina special in order to get the color affinity, and then we're going to go ahead and go all in on the Neptune. The nice thing about this team is that, since, again, as I mentioned, if you hit a perfect on the Neptune, it's actually going to translate to a perfect on every single unit. So the first thing we do here is we go into the Franky mode, attack with Franky first, then we're going to attack with Katakuri, then Pudding, Lucci, Robin, and then Hina, and that's the perfect attack order and get everything done. And you'll see how cool this damage is and how cool we clear the room, and this is definitely why it is my favorite team of the day. Alright guys, my name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you smack that like button down below, as well as the subscribe button down below, so we get lots of support in the channel, and of course, keep the channel growing. If you guys do want to get notifications on all my videos, make sure you guys hit the bell notification right next to it, so you guys get notifications every time I drop a video. If you want to check out the last couple videos, they're right over there, and you want to check out the last Colosseum Neptune video, it's down there as well, and you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.